Chapter 16. At the camp of Clooney the Scourge, the rat army was grading itself up for war. Weapons were being sharpened upon the churchyard headstones. Under the critical eye of Redtooth, a band of rodents were gnawing off a length of planking from a rickety lynch gate ferns at the rear of the church. Others collected stones to provide ammunition for slings, while others coiled ropes about their bodies. Inside the church, Clooney sat up in the choir loft, the image of a barbaric authority. He held the scourging tail on one claw, while gripping the other was his war standard. Topped by the ferret skull was an edition of the tattered tapestry square depicting Martin the warrior. He gazed proudly at it as his armor dressed him for war. At Clooney's feet were the Vole family. They were bound. He flicked his tail at them and sneered. "Ha, look at me, you spineless little creatures. Did you ever see such a leader of fighting animals as Clooney the Scourge? Soon I will have every creature that moves down on its knees bending to me." Mr. Abram Vole glared defiantly at his captor. "You filthy great bilge rat, why all—" "Silence!" Clooney roared. "Hold your tongue, Vole, or I will deal with you and your family here and now before I set out to conquer your precious abbey. Do you see my new battle flag? That is Martin the warrior. Yes, the same one who's supposed to protect that doddering old abbot and his witless mob of mice. Now Martin is mine, and it is more fitting that he travels at the head of the real warriors. He will lead us to victory." Clooney ranted and raved on, the light of madness in his eyes. "Death and desolation shall be the reward of those who dare stand against Clooney. The only ones I will spare are those I might choose to serve me." Mrs. Vole struggled upright, but was forced back down by Scumnose and Fangburn. Shattered with age, she shouted at Clooney, "You'll never bend Redwall to your evil will. Good will prevail. You'll see, Clooney. We are tied up, but our minds are free." Crack! Clooney lashed out with his long tail, sending the Vole family flat upon their floor. Mr. Abram Vole struggled to shield his wife and son with his body as the tail flailed out a second time. "A touching little speech, Vole, but you wrong me. I don't want to capture the spirit of Redwall. I mean to kill it. Take these whining creatures out of my sight. Lock them in the hut out at the back. Leave them to imagine what their fate will be when I return." Colin Vole shrieked in terror. His mother and father struggled bravely as they were dragged off. Redtooth marched in and saluted to Clooney. "The horde is ready to march, Chief." A rat armorer set the war helmet firmly upon Clooney's head. He snapped the visor down and kicked aside the rat who had fixed the poison barb to his tail. Striding out into the churchyard, Clooney climbed up on the wrecked gatepost. His fierce eyes gazed out across the mighty army. Black rats, brown rats, gray rats, piebald rats, sulking weasels, figurative roach, and sinuous ferrets, all gathered round, their weapons glistening and dripping with rain. As Clooney exhorted them, they roared back their frenzied replies. "Where does Clooney's army go? Redwall, Redwall. What is the law, Clooney? Kill, kill, kill. Who will lead you to victory? Clooney, Clooney, Clooney the Scourge." Springing down among his army, the warrior lord waved the banner high overhead. With a mighty shout, the horde of Clooney the Scourge marched up out of the road to Redwall Abbey.